And we are back, and we are now going to discuss the survival perks of Yuichi Asakawa. And after this, we will do the killer, and then we will do uh, perk build suggestions, which is Falcon's favorite. So let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Brother Falcone will say what it is at tier 3, and then we're gonna measure everyone's reaction, starting with Kate then. So okay, here we go. Parental guidance. You have inherited the ability to hear the dead, and now the dead warn you of danger. After stunning the killer by any means, your scratch marks, pools of blood, and grunts of pain are hidden for 8 seconds. How many seconds at tier 3, Brother Falcone? How many seconds? How many seconds at tier 3, Brother Falcone?
It is 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay, so let's begin with Kate, or better yet, let's start with Falcon, because Kate, so that Kate can hear it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, Falcon, what do you think of this perk?
Okay, so this perk is not so bad. I think it is a better version of Poison, which is the Jane Romero perks.
Yeah.
And so basically it is. I think it is better because it's in survivor control. That is, with Poised, you must wait for a generator to be completed. But this new perk, you can use it every time you stun the killer.
Right.
And that means with
So
Silent Strike.
So you
Pallets.
will have you
Locker
will
stand.
have a much higher chance to get some value from this perk. And also, it is good because it not only hides the scratch marks, but also the blood and the grunts of pain. So, it is a mix of Iron Will, for example, and Lucky Breakers.
Aha.
Yep.
So that is so it is a combination of 2 perks.
Yeah.
The only difference is one of those perks is permanent and the other one is temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to be honest, I don't think that Survivor will stop using Iron Will for parental guidance. But anyway, I think this is a fun perk, to be honest, and will allow you to do some interesting mind games. Because remember, when the killer is breaking the pallet, after of course you stunned them, you will be able to do some mind game with the parental guidance, because the killer don't see you while he's breaking the pallet.
True, that is completely true. So now we're gonna go to Kate. What do you think of this perk? Now that you
Yeah, I think it's extremely viable.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can get stunned many, many, many different ways in this game.
Yep.
And even if you can only use Decisive Strike once, like we were saying,
yeah,
to launch yourself, head on out of a locker, to drop a pallet.
Flashbang.
Will it work with Jill Valentine's when you put the explosive device on the generator?
Yeah.
Well, is that considered a stun?
Yeah, that is a stun, right, Brother Falcone?
Bro.
Yes.
I think it is. This perk will work with every stun you can do.
All of them.
So not only pallet stun, but it will work with Decisive Strike, with add-on, also because
Yeah.
add-on is a locker stun.
Right.
Yeah.
My only concern is
Yeah.
I could see if there's already a lot of things in the game that slow the game down.
Yeah.
Breaking the generators, all the extra lives and, you know,
Defense works.
yeah,
Yeah.
characters down on the ground automatically heal some stuff. He's up.
Yeah.
You're in the locker. Automatically heal yourself. You're out of the locker. Boon totems that we now have to break all the boon totems, and these
Yeah.
things all take time. Additional
Yeah.
time to kill people,
Yeah.
additional time to maim people, and additional time to break all these totems. And my only concern is that
Yeah.
parental guidance slows down the game even more, because now we're giving more an incentive if people are tunneling,
Yeah. And
more of an
camping.
incentive in camping, right?
Yeah.
An incentive to stun more, and that's going to slow it even more down when you got to get the downs to try to get time for yourself and slow them down.
Yeah.
For me, I would say maybe have a max limit of 2 or 3 times before this runs out.
Yep.
Say, okay, parental guidance viable. You can get 2 hits, or you can get 3 hits, and then that's it. Because if it's for, you might have one survivor that looks like they're the maybe they're the boon totem maker,
Yep.
and all they do is try to distract you, and they just try to have you chase them, and then they fix all the boon totems, and then they have you chase them around, and they stun you all the time while everybody else is working on the gens.
Yeah, it can
You know?
definitely extend the chase.
That's yeah.
That is.
Right.
I mean, let me say it like this, and this is because Falcon and I, and to an extent Kate, all 3 of us, we played both killers and survivors.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you're playing killer, the game goes too fast, and when you're playing
Right.
survivor, the game goes too slow.
Right. Right.
But then, if you are watching it through a recording of yourself, that's what I did. I recorded it when every time that Falcon and I play Survivor. Kate lives in a different time zone, so she doesn't have much time to play with us. But I can honestly say we had a game that felt like 20 minutes. That was against Pinhead.
Oh.
But it lasted like 7 minutes in total, but
Right.
it felt like 20. And when you're playing killer, you play a game, it feels like 5 minutes or so, or
Right.
shorter. It is like that's how big the difference is of POV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point of view. And the big change in that is you're talking about being under pressure versus being in control.
Yep.
And if you're in control, then yeah, it's your time, and it can feel like it's dragging on. But if that control is being taken away, and there's a little bit more chaos being thrown in there,
Yep.
then there's going to be some,
Yep.
pressure on the opposite side.
Yeah, and if
know?
you lose a survivor after being stunned and you don't hear anymore where he is, yeah,
Right.
it will cause confusion for the killer, and then all of a sudden those generators fry, and the killer will be immediately like, well, looks like the first survivor that I downed, I'm gonna camp. Because hey, keep in mind, guys, and camping Bubba is better than a raid that gets 8 hooks. Keep in mind,
Yes.
guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that is what behavior said. Yeah, and camping Bubba, camping Leatherface is still better. Even though he gets 1 kill, he's still better than a raid that gets 8 hooks. If he hooks every survivor like 2 times. But all 3 of us know the killer that gets like 8 hooks, that hooks every survivor 2 times, is still better than the 1 Bubba player that gets 1 kill. Because that means that the raid won like 8 chases. Keep in mind.
Wow.
Up to the next up to the next perk, because I think we all agree about it. Dit is one of those perks again that could see play with head-on. Most likely, I could see this
Yes.
being used with head-on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then in combination.
But you know, bro, also with the decisive strike, it will be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So up to the next perk. It's called Emphatic Connection. Your presence physically projects itself to those in danger. Whenever another survivor is injured, they can see your aura within a range of 32 meters. That is the same meters as the terror radius of a killer. You heal other survivors 10% faster. Brother Falcone, how much is this at tier 3?
It is 96 meters.
96 meters.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's the triple of this value.
And the heal speed?
Same.
Same? Oh my god. Okay. Now, I'm gonna start with Brother Falcone because I know what he's going to say. So, Brother Falcone, what do you think of this perk? I got a feeling that I know what you're gonna say, but tell me. What do you think of this perk?
You know, bro, basically this empathic connection is an inverse empathy. Basically, because remember, with empathy, you see injured survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with this perk, they will see you.
So basically,
It's the reverse Uno card.
yeah. So basically, you're the white mates of the group, if you think about it.
Yeah. So
For anyone
you know,
that
bro, I
wait,
think.
wait.
Yeah.
Just to explain, for anyone that doesn't know what a white mage is, because I know that there are people that don't play games like that. A white mage is mostly in a team of a warrior, so in Dungeons and Dragons, whatever. A white mage is mostly the healer or the support class. That is the term white mage. That is what I wanted to explain. Go further, Brother Falcone.
Yeah, so basically, I think this is good if you like playing healing build, because simply by running this perk, you will say to other survivors, "Oh, I can heal you if you need."
That's true. So
So basically, this would be good with medikits and with the perks which increase the healing speed. So, for example, botany knowledge.
Yeah.
Or desperate measures also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One question, and because I know that Kate has it on her mind, I can hear her projecting that in my mind. Okay. Does Boon Circle of Healing count? Bro, does Boon Circle of Healing count? Does it stack with that?
I think, bro, I think it will stack, but, to be honest, I wouldn't run this perk in combo with the Circle of Healing, because think about it. If you put the Boon, your friend will be able to self-heal in the Boon range. They have no need to see you and come to you to get healed.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop survivors from doing it, right? You need to understand.
Yeah, maybe.
You need to understand there are survivors that will do it, eh? That they want to heal super fast so that they can go back to the gens really fast. So that is what I want to. That is what I know. But still.
Yeah.
So you think? So you think they won't? It won't happen, but there is the chance. The chance does exist, correct?
Yeah. But anyway, even if this perk is decent, Especially if you have a survivor which can't heal, for example,
Hmm.
they will see you and they will be able to get healed by you.
Ah,
So maybe instead of using self-care, for example, yeah, this could be a good option. But the thing is, bro, we are in the Boon meta now,
yep,
so I don't think this perk will change the meta.
yeah. And if it
So
and
yeah,
if it do,
so I'm yeah,
if it
I'm
does,
pretty
then
sure.
we're gonna say sorry already that we are mistaken, just in case.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that survivors will prefer to bring Circle of Healing instead of this perk.
Okay. So now we're gonna go to the opinion of Kate.
I surprisingly don't think that this is too overpowered.
Okay.
I think this is okay. I
Hmm.
think they try to come up with something cool. Yeah, I agree with Falcon. They took the idea of empathy, Claudette's empathy, and then they kind of
Yeah.
reversed it. And my only concern is when you have your perk build, a healer perk build, with a boon totem, how is this going to work? But I think even at max levels on this
Hmm.
level, uh, alone, it heals you 10% faster.
Yeah.
And then with the boon totem, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
boon totems already are kind of out of control. But in my opinion, this just kind of wastes another spot. The good thing is that the aura. I think the aura is the main selling point for this. Not
Yeah.
necessarily the speed and healing, because the boon totem's way better than that. You know,
I mean,
let me put it to you this way.
yeah.
I'm As a killer player, I'm not too threatened by this perk.
Neither am I. It is. It is.
Yeah,
I'm more threatened by the fact of what the other perks are. I mean,
right. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
we are in a Boon Totem and Dead Heart era, and Dead Heart is
Yes.
super overpowered right now. It's like the most overpowered survival perk in the game, next to
Right.
Circle of Healing. People are saying, yeah, it is nerfed. Yeah, well, here is the thing: the healing might be nerfed, but still powerful. And the simple fact that you can keep recasting it is what makes Circle of Healing so powerful. Empathic Connection.
And yeah, and you don't need medikits, bro.
Yeah, Empathic Connection. I could see this perk being used with perks like We'll Make It. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we'll make it. That is a good
Right.
perk to use it with, or something else. So yeah, it's
Yeah, I told you, bro. If you are a player which likes healing builds, this is a good option. So you
yeah,
can combo it with botany knowledge. You can bring a medikit. You can put desperate measures. Will make it also. Yeah,
yeah,
you have a lot of options.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people don't like to play in the support role. So, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
also not be.
because yeah, because gen rushing while endured is better, I guess.
Yeah. Mhm. So up to the next perk, and that is Boon Dark Terry. I already hear the fires of eternal damnation coming out of America.
Yes.
Yeah. Your obsessive study of the paranormal has given you unprecedented knowledge of other realms and planes of existence. Press and hold the ability button near a dull or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes ring out in 24-meter range. Any survivor within the boon totem's range gain a 2% haste status effect. And what is haste? Movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
This effect
Yes.
lingers for 2 seconds after leaving the Boon totem range. You can only bless one totem at a time. All equipped Boon perks are active on your Boon totem. Brother Falcone, what is it at tier 3?
The only difference is for the lingering time, which is 4 seconds.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna mention already the elephant in the room. You know, it gives 2% movement speed. Movement speed is arguably, if not 100%ly, the strongest statistic, the strongest stat in the game. Movement speed itself, it's a gigantically strong stat. Just the fact that they add 2 haste is a lot. It's really a lot. It can make a big difference if you can do one more loop or not, or if you can get to a window faster or not. That's how strong it is. And you,
Yeah, or also make it to a pallet. Also.
yeah, and the fact that it's a Boon totem, because even if you snuff the Boon totem, it will still, if someone has it, it will just be put up again.
Yes.
I mean, you can only focus on
Yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro, and there is also another thing. If you go for snuffing the totem, you will lose the chase.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So let me say this, because this perk is able to create a lose-lose situation for the killer.
Yep.
Because this attack, this is the first boon, I guess, which gives you a very strong advantage in chase.
Yep.
So basically, so this is the lose-lose situation for the killer, because if you go to snuff the totem, you lose the chase with the survivor.
Yep.
And but if you decide to commit to the chase,
Yeah.
they will loop. The survivor will loop you even better.
Yeah.
Because he runs faster.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It,
So this is a perfect lose-lose situation for the kid.
and this is just 2%. And the fact that it's 2% is already a lot. It's
Yeah, bro. We tried it, and you feel the difference.
yeah, you notice it. And it is not only that, it's the simple fact it is a Boon totem. It's a Boon totem. If you remove a Boon totem, now trust me, it's back. It's back again. It's back in a few seconds. And there are people that say, yeah, but it is just 2%. Yeah, but it is 2% to movement speed. And people can say, yeah, 2% doesn't make a big difference. In this game, sadly it does. Because it can mean the difference between one extra loop or more time to get to a pallet. It's
And also,
Yeah.
bro, there is another aspect, because you can combo with perks, this perk with other perks which give you an increased speed.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that is
because
the issue.
because remember, we have Blood Pact, for example,
Yeah,
which increases the speed for 7%.
yeah,
We have Hope,
yep,
which gives you the same bonus, and there is also Breakout.
and then you get sprint burst.
Yep.
Also.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that hard.
So imagine, if you have one of these combos, you get, for example, a 9% bonus speed, and you are against a slow killer. For
Yeah.
example, Huntress, Hag, Spirit.
Yeah,
Which is a 110%, 10% speed.
Yep.
With Dark Theory and, for example, Blood Pact, you will run at 109%. So you will have almost the same speed of the killer.
Yeah, yeah, that's so horrible. I mean,
You will never
Mhm.
catch them, bro.
yeah,
Right.
and the thing is, you don't need to have it. You just need to have someone in your team to have it. For example, Falcon and I have the normal perks. I got the Dead Heart, the Decisive Strike, and such. And Falcon has the Dead Heart and some other perks. And Kate, who is like, for example, in our group, she's the weakest looper. She can't loop so well as us, but she can keep putting up the Boon totem. She just has to be the
Mhm.
only one with the Boon
Mhm.
totem.
That's right.
Yeah. So if we
And then this, and if you link this,
Yeah.
you link this with that parental guidance.
Yeah. Yeah, because it goes like this. I get loop. I have to run for my life. Killer's behind me, and Kate will say, "Well, I put up the Boon totem. I got Circle of Healing. I got Dark Theory. I put it up on the other side of the map in the jungle gym. I just have to survive long enough to get into the jungle gym to create a long extended loop. You know, the killer will get bored. He will leave, and Kate, for example, can come in, heal me up, and she goes back on the generator, and I go back on a different generator, and Falcon is doing the same song and dance.
Mm-hmm.
And it can
Yep.
keep going up all the time. She can, for example, Kate could also go for like since she is not looping or so, she could go like she can say K.M.K, Falcon. I found a good setup, jungle gym, into the cow tree, into the shack. And then Falcon could say, okay. And he gets chased by the killer and he goes there where Kate put out the Boon totem. Making those three setups an infinite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
Yeah, because you don't need everyone to be good at looping. You just need someone to know, okay, I'm gonna put the Boon totem there. Or she can put the Boon totem on the other side and say, okay, you won the chase, you escaped, you go to her, she heals you up really fast. Work on the generator. That is Boon totems. And the movement speed helps a lot because you can get faster to a generator if it is close by. Or you can make a simple loop into an infinite. Because 2% is a lot, and we are lucky that it is not
Yep.
4%. If this was 4%, this perk would have been super overpowered. But luckily it is not. But it can be combined with other perks like Death Heart, Sprint Burst, Dark Tear, Lucky Break, Outbreak. It can be
bro. Because also this perk doesn't give you the exhausted status effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, so you can stack it with sprint burst, the dart, the life, balanced landing. Yeah,
Basically, if I have to use a
Yeah,
fighting game
yeah.
term, it is a combo extender, correct?
yeah,
Y-
and
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Would that fall in the term combo extender?
Yeah.
Or gap closer, or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what the fighting game term would be for this perk.
It's BS.
Yeah, okay, BS.
yeah, and to be honest, bro, I'm a bit scared because you know, I think it is a bit weird that a behavior started with a so low value, you know, so small number.
Yeah.
Is 2%, you know, yeah. So I'm a bit scared because maybe after the BTB, they could say, "Oh, guys, according to our statistics, Dark Theory was underperforming. So we are buffing him to 4% or
And nerfing the perk
5."
and nerfing the pick at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are removing those Twitch TV shirts.
Yes.
Yeah, and then later you see Dozy streaming and Matthew Kote come into his rooms and rip his shirt off his body and leaves with that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's that that is scary because they can buff it whenever they want if it is underperforming or anything. But the problem is it works so well with a lot of other perks. You can combine it with boil over, for example. You wiggle out of the killer, you're gone in seconds.
Yep.
You go in an area where the Boon totem is, and you go in a locker. You do head on,
That's right.
and then you do the flashbang combo, and you go away. It's a combo extender, and as for in fighting games, it's a combo extender and bullshit. And and it is a Boon. It is yeah. And the funny thing is, I said to Falcon before this came out. I said, yeah, for all we know, the next perk that they're gonna release is a movement speed perk.
Mm.
And
Yeah, bro, you were right.
yeah, and and I was being sarcastic, because I said I literally said to him, yeah, behavior is so stupid. For all we know, they will release a movement speed bone totem, and they do it. I'm like, seriously. So yeah, it's quite horrible. I mean. But they are doing it, and who knows if they buff it? Because if they buff it, then yeah, more rage quit. So, okay, now that I have said my thing, Falcon, what is your opinion about this perk? Because we just now discussed everything. I was mostly at the word. So, Falcon, your opinion about the perk?
Okay, to be honest, I want this perk to be removed from the game. Yeah, but anyway, bro, I don't know if this perk will change the meta. I don't know.
You don't know, correct? This.
Yeah, I think we must wait for the chapter release to see if it will change the meta.
Yeah, even though it
You
is
know,
a strong perk.
Yeah. Uh, because the real limitation of this perk is that you get the bonus speed only in the range. So basically, you need to be chased by the killer in the Boon range.
Yeah, but
This
it
is
doesn't matter.
and this is different from Circle of Healing. So I think that Circle of Healing will still be meta.
Yeah, but this Boon totem would be ridiculous in the Raccoon City map.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Or the artist map, or
The meat map. The
the
right.
doctor's map.
Yeah, bro. Every map which has 2 floors, for
Yes.
example, or in general indoor maps in which it is very hard to find totems. Dark Theory will be a nightmare.
Yeah, I always say to Falcon, if we are in a map where there is a building or something, or on the second floor, I always ask Falcon if he could check if there is a totem in the upper floor or in the floor downstairs, so that he can put the Boon totem up. And it helps a lot, because we had a Legion player, a guy that played Legion, and because someone put up a Boon totem in the building on the artist map, the Legion player had trouble handling us. He couldn't. We healed faster than he could damage, basically. And he had a really strong anti-Boon totem build. So then you can see what a simple building placement can do. So is that all your is that all you have to say, Falcon, about the Boon Totem?
Yes.
Okay, then we go to Cujo Kate. What is your opinion? Even though I already know what it is going to be. But
Yeah, I have a couple opinions, and then I think I have some sort of an answer at the end.
Okay.
So, I think initially, 2%, wherever you put the Boon Totem up within, it says 24.
Yeah.
I mean, and what about the nurse and the hag and Michael?
Michael.
He's freaking slow as molasses.
Yeah. I mean, Michael is like he would suffer, but then again, Michael is like the only killer in the game that needs like almost need 4 slowdown perks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then and of course you are a player that refused to use Undying and Ruin and Corrupt Intervention because you know that those perks don't last so long.
They don't last.
Yeah, but
and it's just, I understand where they're trying to say, okay, look, the balance part of this is the range of how far this Boon Totem expands, goes through.
yeah,
But the fact is that 2% can be,
a lot.
as of how it is right now, an aggressive amount.
Yeah.
An aggressive infinite
Yeah.
amount. And having it affect certain killers more than other killers.
Yeah.
And and considering that, okay, I can see why a perk like this would be made, because if there's a lot of survivors, they want to purchase this perk. There's a lot of money
Yeah.
going into purchasing this perk. Hey, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
I understand that. But the problem is, at the end of the day, and I have been bitching about this since they came out with Michaela with the healing boons and everything.
Yeah.
Why can I have a totem and then it's busted and it's done?
Yep.
And I have a whole perk spot that is destroyed permanently.
Yep.
But you have, depending on who all has the perk in their slot, in their build.
You still
They
get
can
full
make-
control over 4 perks.
Yeah, they can make infinite.
Yep.
Infinite boons. Why is that? Now you could say, okay, well, maybe the killer totem, it works on the complete map, the map total.
Well, to be honest, if I can say, according to behavior, but it's behavior, don't take everything what they say with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Hex totems are supposed to be high risk, high reward.
Oh, well,
Yes.
okay, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Why can't this be high risk, high reward? Why?
Exactly.
Why am I fighting a team of 4 and they have better tools than I do?
Mhm.
Why?
Yeah, because it's
I mean,
it's the same as with the artists, and I said that in the last review. The one that you weren't able to join, that was the artist.
Right.
And there was a perk called Hex Pentimento.
Yes.
Brother Falcone said, "This is a great perk." I said to him, and Falcon can confirm it that I said. I said, "Yeah, but the problem is Boon totems exist."
Right. Yeah. And
So-
here's
Yeah.
the thing. I understand survivors are a huge part, they're a huge audience of Dead by Daylight.
They
And
bring
that's
the
a
money.
fact.
They bring the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do.
And there are more Dead by Daylight survivor streamers than killer streamers.
That's right.
Yeah.
But the problem that we're facing is this. In my opinion, I would say all of the boons including how we were saying parental guidance just earlier, have them all have a maximum 2 or 3 usage, and that's it.
Yep.
And not only will that increase pressure of when the survivor decides to activate it,
Yep.
but it will also increase the fact that the other survivor team will have to figure out how many perk slots are they going to allot to these boons,
Yep.
instead of just saying, oh, okay, well, if it's infinite, we'll just have player number 4 run around and keep blessing all of these and
Yeah.
stunning everybody and everything else
Yeah,
repeatedly.
like the example that it gave with that you could be the one with the boon toads and we just do all the heavy,
Generators.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
heavy lifting and such. I mean,
Right.
you don't have to be good at being able to put up a boon toad so long that you're able to hide. You
That's
know?
right. Anybody can do that.
Yeah, and it is
You
also
know?
and then this shows more the flaw of the MMR system
Mhm.
because according to the MMR, and let it face that camps one survivor from off the beginning of the game is better than a killer that hooks every survivor like 2 times throughout the entire game. And that's the same with the survivor. The survivors that fix the generators and die on the hook, you know,
Right.
they are seen as
Yep.
bad players, as loser. But the survivor that barely does anything, who is mostly hiding in a corner, or
Right.
who doesn't do anything.
You know,
Yes.
or you could think about it this way.
Yeah.
You have a survivor that has any boon that they want.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I have 2 more complaints about boons when I'm saying this.
Yeah.
They'll have any boon that they want, but as far as I understand, when they put a boon up, it can only be one or the other. They can't put up all of them.
Yeah. Before,
So-
can I want to finish this last bit, and the
Yes.
survivor that is sitting in a corner. If he escapes, he will get the rank up, and he will be seen as he will be, according to the game, a better player than the other survivors. And
Yes.
Right.
yeah.
Well,
and that
yeah.
yeah. And that is also with the boon totals. You only need one survivor who can't loop, who can't fix generators. But if he
Right.
knows how to hide and keep the boon totem up, and he escaped, and according to the game, he's better than the 2 survivors who risked their lives to fix the generator in the face of the killer.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
If they put up, let's say that they put up this boon right here and have the 2%.
Mhm.
Okay? And let's say they have Object of Obsession,
Yeah.
and they have Decisive Strike,
Do you mean old
And-
object of recession?
they have Parental Guidance.
I mean old or new object of recession?
You know, or well,
Yeah.
let's not say let's say head on. You know,
Yeah.
or not even that. They're going to put up the boon totem.
Let's say
And then-
let's say the perk of Jonah. What is it called again? The one that gives movement speed when hit? Bro? Bro?
You mean overcome?
Yeah, overcome. Take overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, overcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and then the next thing you know, you have they're putting up whatever the boon is.
Mhm.
They now when you hit them with a stun or anything, they don't leave any scratches, any blood, anything. They're out of there. You know, and they're just continuing to put up the boons, and you're just eluding you the whole entire time, which in my opinion, baby killers, because they are tunneling, they're just going to keep going after them, and they're never going to catch up.
Yeah, that's the thing with the difference between experienced killers and baby killers.
Right.
Because baby killers or new killers, they think, well, the first survivor that I see, I have to chase. I have to first chase this one survivor.
Yeah.
And even if someone else is standing in front of them, they will focus only that one survivor that they first see.
Right.
Tunnel vision.
You know.
Tunnel vision.
But then the regular killers will go, okay, I can see what this guy is doing. I'm going to stop and try to put pressure on wherever the other people are.
Oh yeah.
You know. But so that was my one complaint. My other complaint is this: you come across an active Boon totem and then you extinguish it, right?
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry. You hear a Boon totem be activated.
Yeah.
And it makes that lightning noise or the
Yeah.
thunder.
Yeah.
My thing is, why is it when I have oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. It's the hag hex. It's
Boon?
I have to hang people so many times and I have to go away and
Oh, you mean the
I have
Devour
to
Hope.
get the
Devour Hope.
Devour Hope, yes. Okay, so why is it when I finally activate Devour Hope after working for it,
Yeah.
they get a notification that it's active and even what it is?
Yeah.
And here, they're running around the map putting up all these Boon totems, and all I'm hearing is some thunder, and it doesn't say Boon totem Dark Theory,
Yeah.
Boon totem Healing totem, Boon
Yeah.
totem,
Yeah.
Like, all I hear is some thunder, and then you're just like, well,
Yeah, but at
okay,
yeah, but at the
what's
moment,
that?
At the moment, all of us are like, okay, we hear thunder. Okay, Hex Circle of Healing's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going, okay, well, somebody in a group of 4 just activated a totem of lightning, of thunder.
Yeah.
And you're going, okay, well then, I hope, because it's pretty obvious when you're using Hex Ruin.
Oh,
They
yeah.
know right away,
Yeah.
right? But
Same
for
as
some,
the Devour Hope. Devour Hope that will spawn somewhere close by and it's gone in seconds.
yeah,
I
You
mean,
know?
or you just look at someone's playstyle and you're like, oh, why is the killer leaving? Oh, and then I say to Falcon, okay, I think there is Devour Hope. And then I'm
yeah.
right. Then I'm right. It's like But if you have the killer and you're playing against survivors, you don't know what kind of
You don't.
yeah. It's.
I mean, I think they should either give us the same, option as they do when it says Devour Hope or whatever it is as a notification on the
Yeah.
bottom as soon as the thunder goes, or they should have different sounds of thunder,
yeah.
because if you want, in my opinion, if you want things to be fair, I think that's fair. I think having a maximum limit on these things is fair.
Yeah.
Maybe when you reach your highest point, in your levels to get the strongest amount for this,
Or better
it's like
yet,
a maximum 3 totems, maximum 2 totems.
or better
you
yet,
know?
reverse the nerf on Hex Undying. Reverse
Well,
the nerf on Hex Undying.
Yeah,
That would,
right.
That would,
Yeah. Bro, I remember because the reason was okay, but with the old version of X Undying, survivors had to cleanse your ruin up to 5 times to
Yeah.
get rid of it.
Yeah, now they are doing the same with Boon totems.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and the worst thing is also, with the last killer we got Hex Pentimento, and Hex Pentimento was dead on a rifle. Because Pentimento, believe it or not, if the survivors destroy one totem, and you rekindle it again, you recreate the totem again, then they get like a 30% repair reduction and heal reduction, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I said to brother Falcone, that Perk is dead on a rifle because there are Boon totems. They don't destroy They don't destroy totems anymore.
Yeah.
So what's the use?
It's always a little bit unfortunate because it's like our arsenal of what we have does not match the caliber of what the survivors have.
Yeah, survivors get second chances and so on. If I as a killer make one mistake, it will cost my entire game.
Right.
If I dedicate myself too much to one survivor, everyone escape. Or if I take my time to snuff a Boon totem, well, good for you, but I'm gonna put up a new one. It's an endless struggle. And if they destroyed mine and I'm like, oh, then I play for the rest of the game with a depression. Because, believe it or not, if you're a killer, you play with low morale. And at the end of the game you have no morale at all. I don't even know anymore what it is to have fun as killer. You know when I have fun as killer? When the game is over. That is when I have fun as killer.
Yeah.
I'm like, I start the game, you know, and I'm like, oh.
And you know, bro, just let me say this. Because, you know, I started playing this game as a killer.
Yeah.
And you know, I was happy to play killer.
Yeah.
But now, when I open the game, I'm too scared of clicking on play killer
Same.
button.
Same. I'm most scared playing as killer. It is like I'm dead serious. I'm scared to play as killer. And when I play killer, I'm depressed. I'm literally depressed. I'm playing with a depression. And
Jeez.
I mean, and then people say, yeah, you have the camper set. And when I see that I have the camper, and I'm like, oh no, not again. I don't want to camp.
Right,
camping.
yeah. That's supposed to defeat the purpose.
Yeah, so, and then I'm standing there camping, and I'm like, this is not fun.
Right.
And even though you kill this one clicky survivor, you know, you should be happy that you kill him. And I'm like, oh, this is so depressing. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. All the fun is gone because of these Boon totems, and then the MMR system. The entirety. They put one shit. They grab one shit. They grab another shit. Put it together. They make some kind of super shit.
Mm.
And that's what Boon totems are. So go further. Or is
No, that's it. That's all I got. That's, yeah.
No, so for anyone to say, yeah, Boon totems are overpowered. Doesn't matter if Circle of Healing is nerfed, because it was not the healing. It is the fact that it can come back non-stop.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that you also get MMR, so the survivors are even more effective, because survivors, believe it or not, are stronger than the killers.
Yeah.
And
True.
and because how strong that SWF is, and how weak that the solo survivors are, this is why they are scared to buff killers.
I mean, maybe that's the reason why the nurse was taken away. Because if you know, on Boon Dark Theory, if that's going to increase their speed to 2%, I mean, maybe the nurse is being increased 2%.
Nah, they won't. They
You know?
won't.
Yeah,
That is not it.
that's it.
I think they messed.
That's the reason.
I think they messed something up again, or else they wouldn't have nerfed the twins. And the twins are already dead because of the Boon totems.
Jeez.
The Boon totems killed the twins. Even the few twin players that play twins are even saying, yeah, they get Boon totems again, and by the time that I pick them up, after I download Victor, they are back up again and they kick Victor. And yeah, and yet still, according to behavior, twin players are in high MMR, high MMR monsters.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I mean, my only thing is I didn't even know there were that many twin players out there. You know what I mean?
it's barely 2%.
Well, then where's these numbers coming from?
From behavior, they put it up on their, doing a Q&A. So yeah, I mean, the problem is, and it's something that behavior doesn't understand, something that isn't picked a lot, you know. I think that is also in fighting games like Street Fighter and such. You got these characters that are rarely picked, you know. You barely see them, but if they are being played, they feel like the most overpowered character ever, because of rarely they are being played, so nobody is actually used to playing against them. And that's the twins, because the twins.
Oh, I see. Right.
The twins
Yeah.
have such low pick rate that is the reason why they are that they feel like high MMR monsters. because how rare that they are.
Wow.
So yeah, survivors get wrecked by it. And that is also in Street Fighter. If you get a character that is barely being played, even though he
Yep.
might be bad or not, but because he's rarely being played, he dominates. And I think you've seen that in Street Fighter also. Because in any fighting games, if there is a character that is rarely played, and if he is played, he dominates. You know, because
Right.
of how rare he is.
Yeah.
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 And that is the same with the twins, and with the pig apparently. So we are now
boy.
going to the killer. So we will see you right back.